I wouldn't be here where I am today without family and neighbors helping me out. My name is Chris Wolters. I farm north of Sanborn. I live on the family acreage with my wife Katie, my 6-year-old son Charlie, and 3-year-old daughter Ruth. I am the 6th generation to have the honor of farming on this half section of land. I started farming back in 2010. I took out my father's last crop, and so 2011 was my first year. I had grown up doing the manual jobs. I was very good at throwing hay bales and doing hog chores, but I really hadn't helped out much with the row crop operation. So I had Bill and Mike Verhoof teach me how to run a combine. I had hauled tractor and wagons before, but I think I'd only combined a single round of beans in my life at that point, and kind of just got thrown off the deep end a little bit and learn as you go. Was thankful that my dad had worked with the same banker and the same agronomist at FCS for over a decade, so they knew our operation inside and out. And with the help of neighbors and family and those professionals, we're kind of able to jump in with both feet and keep going. I think that being a member of FCS allows you to interact with industry leaders, with trusted professionals that know your operation, that give you solid advice and walk with you hand in hand through the challenges. Every operation is unique and has unique challenges, but a lot of times we're also facing the same thing, and to be able to interact with other members and with those trusted professionals to get the advice and support that you need is a very good thing. A mistake's only dumb if you make it twice, and Lord knows I've made plenty of mistakes. I just try not to make the same one twice, and to find good people to surround yourself with. I wouldn't be here where I am today without family and neighbors helping me out. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We all had to start somewhere. It really does take a huge support system and people you can bounce questions around and find answers. My definition of sustainability has really focused on erosion control. We've seen more extreme weather, and I think that it is important to keep the soil and the nutrients where they are. And whether that is, in my operation, switching to no-till beans, minimum tillage corn, and also have utilized and expanding to utilize cover crops. You know, was fortunate to take over an operation from my dad, who took it over from his father-in-law, and so on and so forth back 6 generations. I think that we have a responsibility to leave it better than we found it, and that's what sustainability means to me. Thinking about the decision to adopt new practices on the farm, I attempt to be very incremental and strategic in those projects. I think that there's a lot of different ways to farm, and a lot of different ways can be successful, but each farmer needs to find out what works for him or her and fits in with their program. It really is a program practice and not just a single practice that makes things successful. When examining new practices, I look at what benefits the new practice may provide, and also what it costs. Is it a new product that you mix in your sprayer tank, or is it purchasing a new piece of equipment? Because that's a lot bigger jump than just a slight change operationally, and try and balance that with what moves closer to eliminating erosion and meets with the strategic goals I have for the future. I think when adopting a new practice, it's important to give it more than 1 year. I think that every year is different, and some years are much more extreme than the others. The new practices need to be evaluated over the course of possibly multiple crops, just to see how it fits within the operation with different challenges that Mother Nature can throw at you. So what I think about makes the agriculture business unique is the family atmosphere of that. My sister Megan and her kids and husband Josh can come down every fall for combine rides. My grandma helped until she was 81 years old. She drove tractor and wagons. My wife gets to bring the kids out to the field during harvest. My mom, Kathy, actually just retired from 20 years as a paraeducator at the HMS Middle School, and being able to have her full-time in the fall will be a nice change. I'm looking forward to my son getting a little bit older and being able to pull some weeds and drive a tractor someday. He's only 6, so it might be a little bit early for that. So I think that's a really unique thing that you don't get in every industry. It really does take a huge support system and people you can bounce questions around and find answers.
This is kind of a high traffic road.
It is. I wonder if this is how well this is gonna work or not. I should have had us do this in the shop.